Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another video, and for today's video I am going to be closing out my March monthly budget. I know that we are like well into April, but I didn't want to miss on filming this for you guys so you guys can see my whole process from beginning to end. I'm going to be weekly checking in for week 5, which was from the 27th until the 31st of March. So for today's video, I will go ahead and close out this spread as well as check how much cash I have left over in my cash envelopes for this month, because if you guys do not know or haven't been watching my weekly check-in videos, I started the $500 savings challenge here that you see, which I have in a new binder. I'm really excited about these because I will be bringing these to the shop sometime soon, and they just go perfectly with the savings challenge here, which I have other ones that I want to show you guys. But let's go ahead and start with monthly view, and in here I like to track all of my expenses for my various different categories. And like I mentioned, we're going to be doing the last week, which is week 5. I have here my key, so as you guys can see, each budget expense sticker color means one category. So I have red for unbudgeted, then we have groceries, eating out, gas, allowance, household, and beauty. And for this last week, I only had expenses from 2 categories, eating out and beauty, as you guys can see, which I already took the liberty of writing them down. And I got all of those expenses from my cash envelopes here. In the back of them, I like to keep a cash envelope expense tracker, which I do offer in my shop. I actually offer all of these things in my shop, which is rossa.com. So I offer the cash envelopes, the cash envelope trackers, all of these stickers that you see here, and even the budget binder as well. So definitely check out my shop if you guys haven't already. As always, you can use the coupon code Romina10 to get 10% off your orders there. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. First 2 expenses were from my beauty envelope on the 27th. So I actually got, I think I got conditioner and hair dye from Amazon, so that ended up being $34. And then from Target, I got some lashes and an eyebrow gel, which I've been needing. I'm running really low actually on it. So those 2 were from there, and I had quite a bit of money left in my beauty envelope, so I decided to make those purchases before the month was over. And then last but not least, I have an eating out expense for the last $10 I had in my eating out envelope, which this was the day, this was on the 29th. This was the day that I went to go clean out the leftover stuff that I had at my last place. And my brother ended up going with me, and at the end of it, it was really funny because I remember I only had $10 left in my eating out envelope, and so I told my brother that I could only afford a burger because I really didn't want to go over my budget. And so I want to show you guys that we ended up going to In-N-Out, and I have my receipt here, and the amount ended up being $9.70. So happy to say that I stayed under budget. But of course, since I paid with cash, it ends up being $10, and I don't count the 30-cent change because that just goes in my little zipper pocket envelope here. So yeah, I was very happy about that. And now I'm going to lay down my no spend stickers, which I have these last 4 here. So I didn't spend money on the 28th, the 30th, or the 31st, and it works perfectly because I can go ahead and use this last one in my sidebar to mark how many no spend days I had. I don't know what it is about just tracking them. I think it's fun to track your no spend days. So I'm going to count how many I had in the month. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So that was about half of the month of March, which is crazy. But I had 15 no spend days and I am all done with the sheet. I can go ahead and grab another one for my stock for the next month. And now we can go ahead and weekly check-in. So for my weekly check-in, I'll just write out my categories again. And I'm not sure if you guys can tell in my voice, but I'm still a little bit under the weather. I honestly don't even think it's because of the weather. I think it's mainly like allergies from moving. But I still feel a little stuffy. Maybe you can hear it in my voice. Okay, and last one is unbudgeted. And then we'll do dashes here, which I will be utilizing this column a lot more in the month of April because I'm starting up with paycheck budgeting, aside from my monthly, which if you guys haven't checked out my April monthly budget video, definitely do so. There's been a lot of changes since this month, and I don't know, it's just very exciting for me because I'll be budgeting in a different way than I've ever budgeted. So now let's go ahead and go through the categories. So nothing was spent for groceries. I do have one for eating out, which was $10. So remaining for groceries, I should have $20. And I think I'll go ahead and take out my envelopes because I'm going to need these anyways to stuff my savings challenges. I think that's it. Okay. So for groceries, I have the $20 left. So it's 20, and this I'll put on the side because I'll be using this to stuff my savings challenges. And then I can also just take a look at my tracker here, which will tell me my transactions and whatnot. So I'll just leave that in there for now. Then for eating out, I do not have anything, of course. So 0 here. Household, I know I didn't spend any money for, so I should still have the $50 from last week. Or actually, I should have 40 because I took out... Okay, so I had put $10 for my savings challenge last week, so I had 40. And I only have 20 because I gave $20 to my mom. And I believe I did that in the beginning of the week. So, let's see. I completely forgot about this, but good thing I remembered. So I'll just write household, $20. And I think this was for soap and whatnot. And I'll just put this on the first because I think it was in the very beginning of the week. Okay, so that's that, and I can check off household. So in total spend was $30. So $30, which means that I have 20 left now, which is right here, and those 20 I'll put right here. On the side, I hope this isn't too confusing. I know I just confused myself a little bit for a sec. Then for allowance, nothing. And last week I had $52, which should be in here. And the Romina envelope, 20, 40, 50, 1, and 2. Put that on the side. And then for beauty, I had 2 transactions, one of 28 and one of 34. Okay, so I was looking through my beauty envelope because this wasn't adding up, but I wrote these wrong. So for Target it was $28, but for Amazon it was only $26. So I will write Amazon 26. I don't know how I got this wrong. Maybe because I did this at night, half asleep. Okay. So take out this one. And I'll just check this off since I'm here. So as you guys can see, it's good to do these multiple trackers and weekly check-ins because you can definitely see if there's any discrepancies with your numbers like mine. So 28 plus 26 equals $54. $54 spent for beauty this week, which means that I should have $6 left. And those are right here, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going in there. And we have not had any money in gas since last week, and I didn't spend any more, so I'll just put 0 here, and then no red stickers, which mean I'm budgeted. So 0 here and a dash there. So as you guys can see, I have some money left over that I will now be allocating towards my savings challenge. I was really thinking and debating of whether I wanted to roll over any of these categories, especially stuff like my allowance. But I think as of now, I'm not going to do that since I do have savings challenges that I would like to complete. So I'm going to just, I think, organize all of these and count how much money I have to put in my savings challenges. So I have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which is quite a bit of money for just the cash envelopes that I have here. So now I'm going to bring you guys to my savings challenges little binder here. And in here I've added 2 new challenges. One of them that I already had here was my $500 savings challenge. But I just added a $1 savings challenge. I thought it would just be fun to save all of the $1 bills that I see or that I come across at the end of the month. And then sneak peek to something coming to the shop as well is this Christmas savings challenge. This is going to be Victor and I's Christmas sinking fund, but you could treat it as a challenge if you would like to. But yeah, so today I will be stuffing both of these. So I'm going to first go through the $1 savings challenge, and I do have quite a bit of $1 bills. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how this savings challenge works is every time you come across a $1 bill, you're going to go ahead and include it in this envelope. So this is laminated, which means that you can go ahead and just use a permanent marker. So I'm going to mark off 8. And in total you can save $50. But of course, since it's laminated, you can always wipe it off once you save those $50 and keep the challenge going, which is what I intend to do. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So $8 in there. And I don't know, I just thought it would be something fun to do to add to my little savings challenge binder. And I love how it matches perfectly to the pink in here. Now, moving on to my $500 savings challenge. Let's see how much I have in here. So I think what I will do, because we have different denominations here, so we can do 20, 15, 25, or 10. So I'm going to try to do all the 25s right now, I think. And then we'll do, okay, so I will do, actually, I'll do 125, which will be this one. Then I will do a 20. So I can just finish up this row. 15. 20. And a 10. So as you guys can see, it's almost easier when you have the $1 savings challenge along with the $500 savings challenge, so then that way you're only working with 5s, 10s, and 20s. So in total, I believe I'm adding $90 to the savings challenge. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 5, and 90, which is always good. And so far we already had 35 in here. So we now have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 110, 15, 20, and 25 in just 1 month. How cool is that? I intended this savings challenge to work on a weekly basis for 28 weeks, and today we were able to, I think, knock off 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 of these. That's insane. So I think I'll definitely be able to complete this challenge way before the 28 weeks, which is always nice. And those are my savings challenges completed for the month of March with the extra cash envelope cash. Okay, now that was super fun to do, and I can't wait to keep that growing each month. But now let's get serious and go back to this page because we have to close out my March budget. I will go ahead and just run down a little bit through my variable income page here, because I did add a few sources of income here. So in the beginning of the month, I put YouTube on here, and I had an estimated amount of $100. And the reason I put that is because that's the threshold that you need to hit in order for you to get a payout from YouTube or Google AdSense. So I put $100 here as estimated. And then I went ahead and put Poshmark, which is where I sell all of like my clothes, accessories, and whatnot. And then I did do a D-stash over on my D-stash Instagram for some planning items, which I did really good on that, but I wasn't estimated anything in the very beginning of the month, so I put 0 for those. And then I did get a bit of commission from Amazon, which I get that whenever you guys click on any one of the Amazon links that I have in my description box, as well as if you purchase anything from my Amazon storefront, which is always linked down below. I get a little bit of kickback, and that's always appreciated when you guys use that. So I did get a small paycheck for that this month. And that's all in here. And I also had 2 like business expenses from these variable income sources. One was for Epidemic Sound for $15.45, and that's what I use for music for my videos. And then I had to pay $40.84 for Shipple, which was all the D-stash shipping. I think actually not all of it. I think for half of the shipping, because I had 2 sales on my Instagram this month. So that's kind of what I spent from these sources right here. And now we can move on to the last part of this video, which will be closing out this monthly budget spread. As we know, we did end up having some cash remaining at the end of the month for these envelopes, but since I used that money towards my savings challenges, all of these will be the number that I budgeted for the beginning of the month, which means that I spent all that money. If you didn't have any, or you weren't working towards completing savings challenges, you could definitely put, what was it, like 180 in here in the actual amount, and then you would have a variance. But since I did use that money for my savings challenges, this will be all the same. So For groceries, we'll put $200, $140 for eating out, $100 for gas. And some of these I didn't have any money left over, so I did spend like the $100 for gas. Household $50, allowance $100, beauty $60. Now for phone bill, I budgeted $86, and that ended up being $40 with $50. So $40 with 50 cents. And then there's no variance in any of these, but there is one for phone bill. So the variance for phone bill was actually $45.50. Then for electricity, I budgeted $55, and I forgot to check these off, both the internet and electricity, but that ended up being $46.40. So $46.40, which I am under budget. So the variance for this is $8.60. And then I didn't have any unbudgeted expenses, so this is 0 as well, no variance there. Now I can go ahead and add all of my actuals, and then I'll add the variances for this as well. So 200, 140, 150, 160, 40, 50, 46, 40. That is a total of $736 with 90 cents spent. And then we'll just double check with the variances. So we have 45.50 plus 8.60, and that I will add to 736.90, which gets me the 791. So everything totals up, and then we'll just add the variance here, like so. Now after that, everything's pretty simple. I will go ahead and add my budgeted and actual amounts for variable and fixed expenses. And of course, once I'm done with this video, I will also put my expected and actual income that I received for this month, which there's definitely going to be some more for variable since I had all these sources right here. So let's see, budgeted for variable expenses was $791, and actual was $736.90. But as for fixed, the budgeted will be the same as the actual, which once again was my rent, car payment, car insurance, internet, and gym membership. All those numbers don't change within the month, which is why they're in the fixed expenses side. So 2,000. So my actual expense amount for this month was $2,753 with 96 cents. And what I will do once I'm done filming this video is go ahead and subtract those expenses from the actual income that came in, which will give me a number which I will then put towards things like savings, debt, and whatever it is that I'm currently working towards as my financial goal. So yeah, with that being said, that is going to be it for this video. I feel like this is always one of my longer videos that I film, but I'm very happy that I was able to close out this budget with you guys, as well as stuff some of my savings challenges. I'm really pumped about this, and I can't wait to keep stuffing them as the weeks go by. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, as always, please do not forget to give it a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys!